Joining us now is House Freedom Caucus Chairman Mark Meadows, who's calling for a formal plan on tax reform by the end of July, or calling on Congress to cancel its August summer recess. Welcome, Congressman. Thank you very much for joining us, Congressman Meadows.
Brian, great to be with you. Thanks so much.
Have you gotten any traction? Listen, people like their vacation days. Have you gotten any traction with the concept of get it done or stay in D.C. and not go home?
You know, we've gotten a lot of traction among your viewers who believe that that's not a bad idea. It's still not catching on here, although I would say the majority of the freshman class seem to be backing that. And so we need to get it done. I believe that we can get it done in July. But if not, we need to stay and be about the people's business and make sure we get tax reform and tax cuts done, make sure they're retroactive, and be serious about putting something on the president's desk.
We hear a lot, Congressman, we want, we hope, we are optimistic, not we're doing or we're going to get it done. Tell our viewers and our audience and your constituents how far along the actual process is of physically drafting a bill. I mean, putting words to paper.
Yeah, I think the committee has done a lot of great work. Chairman Brady has been working for several months, and I think there's really one stumbling block that a lot of us are divided on: the border adjustment tax and where you go with that. And if it were to be whipped today, I think there's 70 to 80 votes against the border adjustment tax. So our position has been, let's go ahead and get to something that we can all agree to, and have that legislative text here in the next 3 to 4 weeks, where we start debating what needs to be in, what doesn't need to be in. But there's been a lot of work. I'm not on a Ways and Means Committee, but I can tell you that not only are they working on legislative text, but we in the Freedom Caucus are looking at putting out our own legislative text. We figure at this point it's time that we have a good debate about, among competing ideas, and get serious about passing it. I think we've got to get this passed into the president's desk no later than September to make sure that it gets done and that it's retroactive for this calendar year.
Congressman, it's Becky Quick. I commend you all on this idea of sticking around through the break to say we're going to work this out. But I wonder if it's really time that's the problem here. It doesn't seem like there's not enough time to get things done, as much as there are just so many different views and different opinions on this. Do you hope to just like wear people down by making them stay through the recess and eventually break somebody?
Well, Becky, that's an excellent point. I think this is time to make a decision now. I just left a meeting with the Speaker. A number of us were meeting with the Speaker. Time is now to make decisions on these critical issues and quit talking about it. This is not a fine wine. It doesn't improve with time. It is time that we make some critical decisions so the markets understand, where people on Main Street understand that we want to put money back in their pocket. And if we do that, and we get serious about it, then it's all the nuances of what do we include, what do we not include. We came out with 4 different points that we think that good tax reform should include. Part of that is reducing rates down to 20%. Another is repatriation. Another is maybe not full and immediate expensing, but accelerated expensing. And then lastly is increasing that standard deduction, doubling that to make sure that we get a good GDP growth.
Congressman Meadows, I want to thank you for your time today. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Becky.